Who's ready for the brand new cookie here? Pavlova. I think that's the way to say it. Anyway, many of you have commented. Let us know. This is a gear guide for you here today, and I'm super excited about this one, and we're going to have some fun. Thank you for tuning in. As always, appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community. If you got questions, if you got comments, let me know. I love to hear from you, and we'd love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. All right, let's get into it here today. We're going to break this cookie down. We're going to give you the biscuits, the toppings, the tarts, all the gear that you need to be successful here today with Pavlova Cookie. I like saying that. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead. So first and foremost, this is the brand new one here, a ranged cookie, a rear cookie. Additionally here, this is the move set. Heart piercing arrow. It's 6 seconds. Shoots an arrow into the sky, summoning a rain of arrows falling onto the enemies, dealing damage and applying the red thread debuff. The more targets receive damage, the more stacks of red thread are applied. Summoned creatures are excluded. Additionally, Pavlova Cookie will increase the team's crit percent and crit damage. Targets who reach the maximum stacks of red thread become charmed when Pavlova Cookie uses his skill. So arrow rain damage 10 times hits over 1.5 seconds, 54% damage per hit. Red thread, all element damage plus 6%, so all element damage, nice. Attack minus 3%, defense minus 4%, and for 15 seconds stacks up to 10 times. Oh, excuse me. I'm allergic to Pavlova Cookie. All right. Then we have number of threads times 2 for 3 enemies in the area, times 6 for 5 enemies in the area, times 1 for other. We have crit percent plus 17.5% for 15 seconds, crit damage 25% for 15 seconds, and then charm for 2.5 seconds. So lots of things here. The biggest thing being, charmed. All right. Excuse me. The biggest thing being here, these time 10 stacks. That's pretty impressive. So you can get up to 60% damage, 30% attack, 40% defense on those enemies. And then you get 10 hits over 1.5 seconds, which is pretty awesome, particularly for those levels that we have the tick damage on, shields, those kinds of things. So keep that in mind. Wow. And now this is a really, really fast cooldown already at 6. So there's kind of really 2 ways to think about it. And we're going to come back to that here in a second. Okay. So now we got to level this cookie up, not a beast cookie. Here, many of you always ask me about these. We're going to save that. We're not going to use that in Pavlova, but you can get it in the events. We got some experience right here. Look at that. Let's go all the way up. That's a lot of experience, my friends. Boom. We got guides on the channel for you to farm and how to play. If you need those things there. Additionally, let's go and upgrade. Let's go max level. Let's see where we sit. Now that single hit damage is going to go up. We're not going to max this thing right now. Let's go to like 70. Sounds better. All right, there we go. 63% up. So again, that single hit damage moving up right there for you. All right, so boom, there you go. Base stats available. Now, many players ask me about this. Again, my power and research level is higher. We get tons of stuff from the guild. We get lots of stuff like that. Great time to like and subscribe for more content. So anyway, here we go. All right, biscuits. So here's what we need to do on our biscuit. First and foremost, let's get one. So we have one right here. I'm going to just use this one so that we have one on it. Not the right one. However, let's go ahead and break this down so that you understand what we should put on it. So a couple things. If you do go into PvP, damage resist bypass is going to be the spot where you get this. Now, thing about this cookie is, again, that cooldown is really, really key because we get those 10 stacks. The faster you can make that happen, the faster it's going to be. So out of the gate, because of my research, it's already going to be pretty high. So that's something to consider. Now, damage resist bypass could be a spot. This is not an elemental cookie yet, so keep that in mind. If that changes over time, then you're going to want to start to think about, again, the bonus effect being in some of those elemental slots, like something like this, earth damage, those kinds of things, if that's where it goes. And then last but not least here, the big 2 that you're really going to want is attack and cooldown. So again, getting that cooldown in here is going to speed those stacks up. So that's a great way to look at it. Alternatively, damage resist for that survivability, attack speed, not terrible either for this. So those are some things to think about. Keep getting that arrows off, the alt off, or the skill set off. Gonna make a big difference. So this is really defensive oriented. Not great. The other thing that you could think about is you could go on the crit side too, instead of just pure attack, and kind of lift that, because we do get those crit buffs So thinking about it from that perspective as well. All right, so generally you're going to want to favor attack and cooldown. All right, so there we go. We'll keep this one for now, even though it's not the right one. All right, next on our toppings, couple things here. We can use the resonant toppings here, the indolent toppings. So let's go ahead. I don't think I have any yet because it's so fast and and so brand new, which is awesome. I don't, and if I did have one, I'd only have one. So anyway, you can use them here. I'm just showcasing that because a lot of players will ask me about it. So you can use them here if you want to. I would save them first for Eternal Sugar Cookie. However, they're probably going to overlap regardless. So what does that mean? In my context here, a couple things. Generally, you're probably going to want to be on cooldown. I'm actually going to go with attack for now. And I'm going to do this because I want to test my cooldown first in my run. So it'll probably be around 3 seconds as an example. Actually, let's do this. I will actually go all blown cooldown. So cooldown is, again, a great way to go, like I said, just depending on how fast and what you're running with. Let's go to, oops, get rid of resonance. Let's just go all these here. Ooh. Just so we can get through it quicker. There we go. Let's go multiple upgrade. Oh, I did that wrong. Too fast. Refilter. There we go. We'll go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Oop, not break. Upgrade. All right, here we go. So now we're going to go on cooldown. We're going to see how fast we can get these stacks and how hard we can hurt our opponents. Again, though, every second you shave off is going to give you an additional cast, faster cast, which makes a huge, huge difference, my friends. Let's go ahead here. Oops. And really, really help. So we'll come here and talk about some of the other pieces though. So again, those resonant ones are going to be a little bit more toned in, honed in. Again, what you're really going to want to focus on here is attack again and cooldown. And then additionally, I'd either be on attack speed, crit percent, or survivability with damage resist as an example. The other one that you could consider here is amplified buff as well. Something a little bit different for you to think about. Here we got attack, HP, and crit. Not terrible. Here, HP, crit resist, damage resist, crit resist, defense, crit percent, cooldown, amplified buff, defense, damage resist, amplified buff. So a little bit all over the place for this one, but that's okay. And once again, the resonant toppings are going to be a little bit more on target, a little bit higher in terms of those substats for you to think about. And then in your topping tart, once again, we can either go with, and I'm going to do this, we're going to equip this, we're going to go with cooldown, or you can cross over to that attack, right? So you can also mix and match if you want to, depending on how fast you can get this thing going. We got a ton of speed up, 20%. So at 20%, we're going to be shaving at least one of those seconds off, like 1.5 seconds. So pretty big there, and how fast this thing is going to keep casting, which I'm super stoked to try out there. So there we have it. In terms of our toppings, we got the cooldown on here. We got the tart cooldown as well. We talked about all the substats in terms of how to think about it, and then as well as the biscuit, plus the spectrum between attack and cooldown, and throwing in some of those other pieces to help you amplify some of these parts in terms of that buff, those kinds of things, which could be really, really nice for your team. So again, we got a 15-second stack. However, the big stack that you're going for is this 10 times stacks right here to absolutely just wreck your opponents, and then the charm there for that 2.5 seconds as well. All right. So that is Pavlova Cookie. Now, time for us to go for the run here and see how this goes. Let us find our world exploration. We're going to get out of Beast Yeast. We're going to go all the way back to Crispia. Master mode, 829. Love it. Let's go. And let's clear another one here, because we're going to have some fun. Right, edit. Let's go. Remove. I've been running this with Fire Spirit as a test, so you can hang out for that video, my friends, because it's been a lot of fun, actually. Here we go. Pavlova. All right. Who's ready? You ready? I'm ready. Let's go. 18. Let's see what we can do on this cooldown, my friends. And the speed, need for speed. So 1 second cooldown. Not bad, huh? Ooh, 2 or 3 seconds. Look at this thing. 3 second cooldown. So very, very fast there for us. We got to get more than one off, though. Might not get it here. Pretty sweet, though. Look at that. Lots and lots of hits. Ooh. You can see all of our crit up, Dream Whistle, Shiny Jelly Watch. There it is. Get it off again. You can see the stacks right there. Stacking up. Pretty awesome, my friends. Very cool. A great multi-hitter there too, which is really love it. Awesome, by the way. So with that, brand new cookie there for you today, breaking it down, bringing it home with Cupid, right? Anyway, that is all that we needed to know on Pavlova Cookie. Super excited here as we broke this one down for you. We gave you all the details. We gave you the gear, the toppings, the biscuits, and the tarts in order to be successful here. Again, went for the run and showcased the cookie for you as well. With that, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you still got a question or comment, do let me know. We'd love to see you in our community and Discord server as well. And don't forget hanging out in the socials. I love seeing that stuff. So feel free to tag me, at me, chat me, all that fun things. With that, my friends, thank you so much. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow such an amazing community here all the time. Additionally, we got affiliate links, we got swag and merch. Great ways to support the channel. I truly do appreciate it. And thank you so much to our members. Something for you to check out as well as some support. So thanks. With that, get out there, enjoy Pavlova Cookie. And until next time, keep on running.